Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, all of that juicy goodness. And how many of you just said that together with me in your head? I do that with other YouTubers. I always know their taglines. It like rings in my head. The other day I was texting one of my clients who is now my friend, and he lives in California, and we were texting, and my music in some of my other videos started playing in the background because he had the reminder for my videos to pop on. I started giggling. I was like, that happens to me all the time with other readers that I watch and other people. So welcome. We are here for a midweek reading. It is Wednesday morning. I am so pumped. I have a fabulous day ahead. I have some Reiki clients tonight. And then I'm picking up my niece Eva from school today as a surprise birthday gift. So she has no idea that I'm going to be sitting in her parking lot when she walks out from school. She's going to be expecting one of her other parents' cars. So we are totally going to scoop her up and do something fun. I'm still debating on what to do. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm super pumped to spend some time with my Eva girl. So let's open sacred space. And let's see what messages come through today. Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, please open sacred space for us. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Please bring us clarity on the world situations globally, personally, in our own lives, in my viewers' lives. Please jump into their bodies and their homes and put your white light all throughout. Please remove any lower vibrations that are not serving us. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Actually, I'm going to put this out so I save some of my palo. I usually let it burn throughout the reading, and I'm like, why do I do that? Because it's not always good for inhaling. And I can save some of my sticks. Okay. I am coming off of a two-day, 48-hour water fast, and it was transformational. I am now, like this morning, I'm eating normally, and I had my coffee. I have my celery juice kind of waiting for me to drink after this reading. And I just noticed how often food and drinks are a distraction. Like anytime I'm thinking about creating something or doing a reading or something, and I first will walk by the kitchen and I'll be like, oh, I should eat some food. No, Michelle, stay focused. And maybe that's the hard part about working at home. And that's new for me. I've only done it for about a year. So it's funny how I'm sure even when you're out and about, you're always thinking like, where's my drink? Where's my food? And it's wild. We're just looking for that next dopamine hit, or we're grabbing our phone and scrolling Instagram. So I'm really cognitively aware now of when I'm craving and looking to have that little surge of dopamine, like, let me feel good for a minute. Let me grab this. I quickly need to do this. And for some people, it's smoking, it's vaping, it's alcohol, it's caffeine. So I'm sharing this message with all of you in hopes that you'll start to look at when you pull all of that away and give it up for a day or two, you start to see how much it's distracting you from being productive and from getting other things done that are going to make you feel so good. So just wanted to share that. That was transformational for me. I like knowing that I can go without food for a couple of days and I'll be fine. So if anything happens in the world and we're without food, I can handle it. I have the willpower, the strength. My body will be fine. Because if you think about it, back in the day, we didn't eat, like our ancestors did not eat 3 meals a day and snacks in between. Sometimes they went days without food, and then they would go and hunt in that low reserve type of energy. So your body is really magical and it can do a lot of wonderful things. But sometimes my throat chakra is going nuts right now. In our society, the way we're living now, I feel like we're being called to like blow up everything we've been doing for the last however many years and start from scratch. But start from scratch with the technology mindset of what we can create and how we can barter and create businesses without using the system. I have such resistance to LLCs and the government and all that stuff. feel like my soul is like, Michelle, you're not supposed to live this way. We're supposed to be living in communities and bartering and sharing our gifts and helping one another and finding a different kind of system that works for us. So interesting that we got the time to create card. So our first message for this midweek reading is we have to create, and maybe the food, the water, not the water, the food, the coffee, all the things that we're looking to fill this high, it's distracting us from creating something. You have something inside of you that you don't even know is there. When I created my mindfulness program, I can't even tell you the dopamine high that I had driving home after filming that each night. I was like, oh my gosh, Michelle, I didn't know you had this in you. Oh my gosh, this feels so good. I want to do this all the time. And now I get to do it all the time with YouTube. I'm filming and sharing and teaching. And I didn't know that I had the ability to speak and channel. And before I went to bed last night, I usually don't ever have like my phone on when I'm going to bed. I like to keep everything away from me. I don't like to have anything around my auric field when I'm sleeping. But I was listening to a video with Sahara Rose and Lee Harris. It was a podcast on YouTube. And I love Lee Harris. So if you do not, go follow him now. He's a channeler and he channels the Z's. And it's a group of higher beings that connect with him to deliver us the messages that we need during this wild time that we're going through. And he was talking about how we all can channel, and artists channel, musicians channel. Everybody is channeling when they're in the flow and feeling that good feeling that I was talking about. And where are you not channeling? Where are you not in the flow and not feeling joy in your life, creating something? My one friend was here last night, her and her two daughters, and we were creating, she's decorating a party, a house for a party, and she needed like this idea. She wanted to do the girl's name, and we cut out cardboard, and it was beautiful and cursive. And then she glued a bunch of tissue paper to the cardboard, and it looks like a floral name. It looks beautiful. But that was her channeling. That was her using her gifts to create. So when you're feeling lifeless in your life and you're feeling like you're at a job you don't like, start moonlighting. At night, go and start creating something that makes you feel good. And I always say it's usually what you're scrolling on Instagram and being jealous of. That's usually what you want to do. Or it's something you should try. Like I love watching workout videos on Instagram. I love seeing girls being super fit and strong, and it just inspires me. It makes me want to go do it. And I noticed that I like watching it because I like creating it. What's one of my favorite things to do is to go to the gym and film a really good workout to help inspire somebody else to go move their body. So what are you staring at on social media that's distracting you, but also fueling you with what you love to do? And you don't need help. I can't tell you how many times that I have clients of mine who are just starting out on their journey, and they'll ask me to do a podcast with them. They'll ask me to create something with them. And I know I used to be like that. So I kind of just sit back and let them feel it out. But they're thinking they need me to do it with them. And then I have to say, you can do it on your own. You don't need help. I was the same way. And I would end up getting into these environments where, or these settings or this space where I would start to create something with somebody. And I just wanted to do it my way. Like I didn't even want their opinion because I'm like, I know what I want to do. And it wasn't selfish. It was just the universe saying, Michelle, this is your mission. It's not meant to be shared. And yes, we can collaborate and create things together. But if you're not already creating on your own, then you might be being called to do that right now. Okay, so we have 3 cards. We have the dolphin, the buffalo, and you know what you need to do. Ask your angels to change you into a person who can take action. And then the buffalo card is your fear is not real. It's a story you are telling yourself. The buffalo reminds us to face our stories head on, pave a new path in our mind. And then the dolphin is all about you are a healer. You are here to help the planet. It is crucial for you to be in your joy as often as you can. Your light heals. So I just heard whatever you're creating, whatever you're channeling, whatever you're whatever is pouring through you is going to help others on their journey in some way. Like the buffalo card, anytime I get this, I always think about, you just got to go right through the storm. There might be an icky time in your life right now, but just go right through it. It's not as scary as you think. You starting that project on your own, you can do it. It's not as scary as you think. And you have these limiting beliefs that are blocking you. So when you think about starting a project, you have to think, what is the first thought that comes to my mind? Is it, I don't have the money? I'm not good enough? This is going to be a waste of time. What if nobody buys it? Think about what is that core belief you're telling yourself, and then shift it. If it's, I don't have enough money to do it, say, well, you know what? A lot of people have started things with no funds, and that one thing brought them the money, and that was part of their path. Or maybe start manifesting money. Start writing down in your journal, I'm so grateful now that the universe provided me money to create the thing I came here to create. And it will show up. If you are meant to do that thing with that money, it will show up. And sometimes we just have to ask for it. So think about it, where are you letting your fear control you? I just had a really warm and fuzzy feeling. Like somebody was saying, good job, Michelle. Way to tell them that. Somebody's going to go and take action today because you just said that. I just was guided to cut the deck. Okay, we have 2 of Pentacles, which is usually like I almost just said yin yang. Interesting. It's like the infinity symbol. You're balancing. It's a balancing act. It says working too hard or multiple jobs, the need to bring balance and fun into your life, juggling multiple priorities, balancing the budget. So if you can see, he's balancing on a tightrope on a boat at sea, and the sea is rough. So he's literally about to drop that 1 pentacle, and he's like, oh my goodness. And there are 2 clocks. So you might be in this energy of feeling like you can't handle everything. There's a time constraint. There's rough waters ahead or behind you or underneath you, and you feel like you just can't start the thing. Let's get another card on what you can do. Well, this just fell on my lap. Okay, King of Cups. Trustworthy, honorable, devoted, cautious, someone you can completely trust, a situation that is safe, a solid romantic relationship, hidden but well-intentioned emotions, a charitable benefactor, seeing a counselor. So interesting, we got two cards. One is Earth, is Pentacles, and one is Cups, but they're both at sea, which represents emotions. So a ton of emotions are flooding in here. Somebody is really flying with their creative outlet right now. It's like maybe this was past energy and this is present. So you were in this state of, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm all over the place. And now it's saying, I'm grounded. I know where I'm supposed to be going. I finally have calm waters around me, and I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to help others heal. I've been the buffalo, I've gone through the storm, and now I'm finally settled in my mission, knowing what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, that's what I'm feeling like this energy is you're eventually, like this week, you might be coming into a calmer state. You've been through the rough times. You've been like, where is my clarity? And maybe even do the water fast, do a juice fast. I know for me, that water fast, I just did water and coffee, 1 cup of coffee each morning and water the rest of the day for 2 full days. I had restless legs after about 28 hours, around 30 hours. My legs were just like, and I just kept squeezing my muscles and releasing them, squeezing my muscles and releasing them. It was just very achy. But then I slept the best I've ever slept. So I heard that the 4-day fast is where you really get the most benefits. Your mitochondria can really start to heal. And if you've gotten the V, if you got that during COVID, a lot of people have had some crazy reactions to it. There's been a lot of deaths because of it, a lot of illness, I think I was watching a video and they said 1.2 million people are on disability from it, because they have these mystery illnesses after getting it, because it really wasn't tested on anything. People just jumped out and took it because they were so scared of COVID. So when we are fasting, we're giving our body time to heal. So when there's a foreign object inside of our body and our body's trying to fight it, sometimes we have these weird reactions because it doesn't know what to do, and that thing is attacking us. So in order to help our body is an intelligence. We can handle anything. If we get something put in our body, I believe that there's a full working system here that we can overpower that little thing. So for example, if somebody has cancer, right? I believe cancer is there. It's present. We are not it. I'm not going to say I have cancer or I am cancer. There's cancer present, and it's wherever it is, right? I'm going to believe that the rest of this intelligence can fight that, can shrink that, can overpower that. But that's my mind. What is your mind telling you? Is your mind telling you that thing is bigger than you and bigger than God and bigger than the universe? No. So sometimes we get these situations where it forces us to use our gifts to heal ourselves. And fasting is a great way to scientifically give your body a break and let it do what it's meant to do, what it was made to do. It's an intelligence. It can help us heal. So during the rough waters, that could be somebody suffering from an illness. That could be somebody caring for a loved one who might have an illness. So, but finally, you're going to be coming into calmer waters. You're going to be like, I finally feel at home. I feel like I can trust myself. I feel like I can trust my partner, my job, my career. You just feel like things are finally coming into like clicking into place. I just heard like click, click, click. Okay. All right. Miracles are on the way, and it's time for an intuitive day. We get this one a lot. At least I get it a lot in my personal readings as well. Also, if you are interested, right now I'm taking a ton of clients who are emailing for recorded readings. So if you're watching this right now, and I'm doing half price. So if you're watching this right now and you're looking for a personal reading from me, but you don't have to be live on Zoom, you can get it emailed to your email. I will sit down and I will record 30 minutes for you. And everything will be in the description box below about pricing and all that stuff and my email. So if you want a personal reading, 30 minutes long, I'm going to make it very affordable for you, because I think everybody needs these messages right now. You can Venmo me, PayPal, Cash App. But I feel like with this intuitive day, I've been getting this a lot in my personal recorded readings. And I feel like this is a sign that somebody out there needs to know how to do this. I feel like we all are not listening to our intuition. This card, I channeled this card because when I first started out on my journey and I didn't know, I knew I needed to leave my job in 2018, but I was terrified. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. What am I doing next? Michelle, why are you doing this? Why are you having these thoughts? You can't leave your job after 14 years. You have a pension, you have health insurance. What are you thinking? And I just would have intuitive days. So I would take an entire Saturday or Sunday when I was not teaching, wouldn't tell anybody, wouldn't talk to anybody, and I would just drive. I would just drive maybe 2 hours away, an hour away, and I would just explore. I didn't know where I was going, but when I got 30 minutes into my drive, I would get this idea like, oh, I want coffee right now, or I want, not always about food, again, food, the distraction, but it was always those things were taking me somewhere. So I'd look for like a coffee shop, a local one, wherever I was, and then I'd find like a cute antique shop. I'd go in, then I would have a conversation with somebody who'd be like, oh, this is a great spot in this area. You should go check out this place next. And I saw how this intuitive day was actually me having a date with the universe. I was now surrendering, saying, universe, take me on a date. Take me where you want me to go. Take me to what I need today. And after I started doing that, before I quit my job, I really started to trust my nudges. because I would remember, oh, I remember turning down that street and it led to this place. And I had the most amazing conversation with this woman. So now in the future, when I'm feeling a nudge to quit my job or to go somewhere or to not go somewhere, I learned to trust that. So when you're going through life and you feel like you don't know what the right thing to do is for yourself, start blanking out a couple hours of your day, a full day, and just go and explore. Put yourself in your car or go for a walk if you live like in a city environment and just see where God and the universe takes you. That's how you build your intuition. And then we have miracles are on the way. So that's really, really exciting. Just checking my watch to make sure there's no emergency. Okay, cool. All right, let's do some more of Micah magic. Oh, one was left on the table. Say yes. Be a yes person. All right, Spirit, what other messages do we need to hear for this week? What is something somebody is struggling with and they need to hear? Okay, I'm liking now shuffling this deck and looking for jumpers because I get a lot that come out and they tend to tell a story. So these 4 might have a story. Yes. 333. When you're seeing this number, it's saying connect back to you, connect back to the universe. This could be, fasting for a little bit. That really strengthens your intuition. It could be going for a drive. It could be meditating, taking a bath, going for a walk. Get yourself out into nature to do that as well. And then when you're connecting back to yourself, guess what? People start to pop into your mind. You start to think more clearly. And then your intuition is telling you, call this person, go there, do that thing. Cleanse your energy again with nature. I keep hearing nature. So get out in nature when you're feeling like you need that intuitive day. It's just feed your soul. Nature just feeds my soul. Even if it's cold out, put my hat on, put my gloves on, and I just walk for 4 or 5 laps around my complex. And I just feel like I was just infused with this energy. I'm telling you, I just had this nudge, like they're not going to listen. Nobody's going to go for the walks. A 10-minute walk will change your life because you get answers. Okay. So please go for the walk, get out in nature, meditate, use some Palo Santo, cleanse your energy. We are clouded and we need to be clear. I just heard our vessel needs to be clear. Financial freedom is coming. Isn't that a lovely card? I love this card. And sometimes the way it shows up is so unique. You would have never expected it to come into that way. I was watching an Abraham Hicks video and it was so funny because she was talking to a woman who was like, I wanted to manifest money and whatever. And she's like, and then I met my boyfriend and he happens to be a millionaire. And she just kept talking about how she wants to manifest money. And Abraham was like, you met a boyfriend that just happens to be a millionaire. She's like, honey, you just manifested money. And her human mind was thinking, well, that's greedy. I don't want to date somebody for your money. And Abraham was like, you called it in. She's like, doesn't matter how it comes. If that's going to support you now in this relationship for the time being, you manifested that. Like, celebrate that. It's not about the money. It's about the energy. It's about how you brought it to you. If it's a wonderful man and he is treating you well, Abraham was saying all this, then live it up. She's like, why do you humans manifest things and then throw them away and think they're not it? So you have to be open to things coming to you in different ways than you expect. Okay, I just got guided to do the Hidden Truth Oracle. So somebody who's in separation from their loved one wants to send you a message. Just being near you is intoxicating. I just heard they miss being near you. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. So some of you might have sparked your divine masculine's spiritual awakening or the divine feminine. So when you first meet your person, usually this is how it works. This is what all the teachers say about soulmates and twin flames. The strong connection that you feel And it's usually like a match to your soul. Is you meet them and it's like a honeymoon phase. You're like, oh my gosh, where have you been my whole life? Why are you so amazing? The energy is just felt, right? Sometimes there's no words. And usually one or the other will complement your eyes. Or you'll have this thing with your eyes where you don't need to speak and you can just kind of like feel each other's minds and thoughts. And so it's like that in the beginning, right? And then all of a sudden, one of the people, whether it's divine masculine or feminine, one of the counterparts, they tend to run away from the connection because their ego has this idea of how love is supposed to be. Maybe they live across the country, maybe they live in another country, maybe they're already married, maybe they are working together, and you don't do that. According to society, you don't date who you're working with. According to society, you don't get divorced, you stay in your marriage. According to society, and I just heard another big one is sometimes somebody's a celebrity and somebody is, an average Joe, I guess you can say. That celebrity sometimes looks down upon the other person and is like, I can't be with this person because I'm a celebrity and I have to have a partner that's this, that, and that. And that's all ego. And what they're running from is what they truly want, which is a peaceful, calm, loving relationship. And they end up searching outside of themselves with drugs, with alcohol, with partying, with gambling, with the lifestyle, keep trying to fill a void that they can't fill because what they're really searching for is themselves. And themselves sometimes is their soulmate and their twin flame because it's an energetic match. So imagine if, like, I'm not saying you can't live without your twin flame and your soulmate because lots of people pass on. But they say it's kind of like you feel like something is missing. Your whole life, you're searching and yearning for it's like this craving for something. And then when you finally meet your twin or your soulmate, that craving is satisfied. You're like, wow, I haven't felt this way in my entire life. So it almost freaks the person out too. And they also say that, like, wherever you go, people will comment and say how magical you look together and how you're so meant to be, and they could feel the love. And you might not even be doing anything. You're just standing together and people can sense the energy between you. And a lot of times you have a shared mission. A lot of times you have individual missions. And then you come together to do a thing in partnership as well. I know there's a lot of twin flames. I like to call them twin flames. There's relationship coaches out there where you see the husband and wife, they're both teaching the same thing on social media, but they do it in their own little spin, right? So they have this own little like signature, but yet they're doing the same concept, the same teaching, and the same inspiring. So some people might have two different stories. Like for me, my story is losing my daughter and how I've moved through that and how it shaped me into who I am, how I got my gifts, how I learned to tap in. That's essentially my mission, is my personal story with what I've experienced in my life. And it leads to life coaching in a certain way. Well, I know that whoever my person is, they're going to have that similar mission. They're going to have experienced something that was really profound in their personal experience. Doesn't mean it's losing a child, doesn't mean it's anything related to that. It's just something they've experienced, but they're going to use that to share it with the world and to help other people who are on that same journey, just like I'm helping people understand why bad things happen and how the universe works and how to get out of it. So the spiritual lesson here is sometimes a shared lesson between the two of you. And when you meet your person, that gets sparked. It's like you turn a light switch on in them, and it's like then you both separate, you go and figure out what your mission is on separate paths. And then when it's time to be together, when you finally have let go of that ego that's saying, that person can't be it. They're not my type. They're this, they're that, they're married, they live far away, whatever it is. You have all these like things about them, and you have to unlearn that. You have to let that ego fall away and really be like, I don't care where this person is. I just love them and I want to be with them. And you'll do anything to be with them, to be next to them, because you're intoxicating. You can't help it. You're literally an energetic match. So when you're not with your energetic match, you literally could feel lifeless. Even when you're on your mission, you can still feel lifeless. I know I experience that daily. I feel like the last year I've been suffering big time. Really just like almost at my end of my rope, being like, okay, I can't handle this internal feeling anymore. What is missing? And it says, I hope that you can forgive me one day. So a lot of times the divine feminine or the divine masculine, they wake up and they realize, oh my gosh, it was this person all along. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And I treated them so poorly and I did this and I did that. And it was basically because they were listening to the ego. But of course your person is going to forgive you, or you're going to forgive them because you understand all of this. You understand that you have an ego too. You had certain rules about how you wanted your relationship to be too, but that is all falling away. Okay. I love when I channel, because just now I just had a thought going, what did I just say? I don't remember saying anything I just said. I can't wait to watch this back. Okay, let's get an animal card. Side note, I love teaching about the twin flame soulmate connections. I feel like I've been doing it for 4 years now. I always get readings with people who are trying to figure out, why somebody is ghosting them, or people with narcissistic traits. I've dated many people with narcissistic traits, so I've become a pro at identifying it. At the time, it was painful, but now it's like, oh, now I know why I did that. And honestly, there is a deep healing that comes post relationship. If you've been with somebody who has narcissistic traits, which is somebody gaslighting you, telling you your feelings aren't real, always making you feel less than, it's basically like a reflection of your inner critic. So those people are blessings, because when you're dating them, you're seeing, wow, they're showing me how I treat myself. And that's the part that you have to unlearn and that you have to fall away. And you can't be with your person, your true love, until you face that inner critic. And when we're not seeing it, the universe brings it to us in the version of a human. And then we see it and we're like, oh my gosh, I do that too. I need to stop that right now. And then the battle is also, the darkness kind of attaches to the light and it keeps you on a loop. So you have to break free from that karmic tie of that narcissistic personality. I don't like to call people narcissists. I like to say they have traits, because I've seen many people grow and change and maneuver out of that kind of energy. But you'll see that a narcissist energy will tell you who they are. They'll tell you not to trust them. They'll ghost you. They'll run away from you. And a lot of times they're anxious and they play like this soft victim, like, oh, my life is so terrible, or, oh, my husband is this, or my wife is this. And they play the victim to make you feel sorry for them. And then they keep you on a loop, and then they go do it to somebody else as well. So they are a total like bot. I call them bots. They're here to challenge you. You have to recognize that it's a machine playing out a story, and you have to see it and be like, that is not love. That is like robotic. That is a machine that is here to teach me a lesson of what I don't want. Do you want to date a cold machine, or do you want somebody that loves you and that shows up at your door and wants to know how you're doing? And when you tell them you have a bad day, they don't just take that information and never check on you again. You want people that love you. So remember, do not get confused on the twin flame soulmate journey with narcissism and with unconditional love. Well, with the narcissism, people think that's, oh, the runner chaser phase. There's a difference. Okay. And you have to be mindful so you don't get stuck on this loop. And a lot of times they're anxious narcissism. It's anxious narcissism. It's people playing the role of the victim to pull you on your heartstrings. And then other times they're very strong. Actually, no, a lot of times they're playing the victim. I'm trying to think about all the guys I've dated. They always played the victim. They always complained about how their life was in shambles in some way. And I never wanted to fix them. I just wanted to receive love from them and date them and start my life with them, but they weren't the match. And I had to see the deception. That's why I call them bots, because it's like, wait, are you a bot or are you a human? You know, are you here to teach me a lesson? And bots are beautiful, wonderful human beings too, but they're just not your match, and you got to be able to see them. Okay, squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. You've come so far. And the squirrel, I always think of squirrels like gathering all their acorns, right? They're gathering all their resources. They're trusting themselves to see the big picture, to grab everything they might need for their future. So you're using all of the acorns and the tools that you've learned from the past and these relationships, all the narcissistic traits. You're using all of this now to create something new in your life and to build a healthier relationship with yourself. Okay, and I just saw on the bottom of the deck, we're going to take it. Crow spirit, co-create with spirit. Don't forget to manifest every single day. Wake up and set an intention. What do I want to call in today? Universe, use me. Where will you have me go? What will you have me do? Who will you have me see? And what will you have me say? I would love to call in $500 today. I would love to call in $10,000 this month. Please show me the right action to take to make that happen. Say it out loud, write it in your journal. Start setting an intention every single day. Okay, lights, or not, I almost said light seers. The Muse Tarot. Universe, bring us some magic. What magical message do we need to hear? Thank you. Okay, Ace of Voices. This is intense clarity, immense clarity. This reminds me of my water fast. The owl brings wisdom. The owl brings a treasure. Her hair is colorful. It's like a rainbow. It's vibrant. It's ready. And the beam is like you're getting a download from the universe, from spirit, about what you're supposed to be doing in your life. And it's a variety of things. It doesn't have to just be one thing. But Ace of Voices is the Ace of Swords. It's literally God handing you a sword saying, here's your truth. Go run with it. My nose is itchy. So it also could mean that somebody's coming back and they're going to be speaking their truth, and it's going to be uncomfortable and itchy, and they might have trouble speaking it because they have their head turned away. So it's like they don't want to face the truth. They feel so bad about it. So maybe that's going along with this card. They're really scared. They're hoping that you can forgive them. But the owl is saying they have no choice. The owl's like, we're doing this. We're coming towards you. We don't have a choice. Spirit is guiding you. And again, with the crow, co-create with spirit. Okay, let's do the Work Your Light deck. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Habits. This is all your habits. All these different pieces of her are all the little daily habits that she's doing throughout the day. And when you start to take away the habits that don't serve you, everything starts to like click into place. You just get clarity. It's that Ace of Voices. You're just like all of a sudden hearing all these voices that you've always needed to hear. And you're like, oh my gosh, I have clarity now. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know who I'm supposed to be with. I know where I'm supposed to be living. It's like everything, just that puzzle just clicks into place. And sometimes I just heard, sometimes there's really hard decisions to make when you have that clarity. So if it's your person or you, and you're like, oh, I just did a water fast. Say this is you, right? I just did a water fast, and all I heard the whole time was, I need to get divorced, or I need to move. That's a hard decision, and you have to give yourself grace and patience, but you can also say, universe, I now hear what you want me to do and what's for my highest good. Please show me how to do it. Please bring me the people that can help me. Please bring me the new place to live. Please bring me the funds. Okay, Light Seers Tarot. Heck yes. Queen of Wands. She's got a black cat at her feet, which also represents somebody speaking their truth. And it's good luck. She's in like a seance. She's got this little ceremony going on. She's in her protective bubble. And the wands represents passion and fire and being invigorated by life and what you're supposed to be doing. And when I say supposed to be doing, I just mean what lights you up. You're finally like, this is my gravy. This is where I am channeling and it's flowing and it feels good. And I struggle with that too in my life. Like, I'm kind of like, should I be doing readings? Should I be doing Reiki? Should I be writing a book? I have all those thoughts too. So it's okay to be like all over the place. But this card is saying that once you get your clarity, you're going to be full speed ahead. And you're going to be speaking your truth. Maybe you're just going to be speaking, sharing your story in some way. But she's like in this bubble and nobody can touch her. She's focused on this light and she's like, yes, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I finally feel at peace in my life. Throat chakra. Seven of Cups. Somebody has a decision to make. They can't decide between a couple options. And this could be you with your career, with your passion work. There's one red. So there's one that is really going to light you up and you're trying to figure it out right now. Spirit, what can they do to help themselves find it? Got the animal card again. What can they do to help them discover what their true purpose and passion is? Okay, make your dreams real. The spider card. So it's kind of like whatever you've been dreaming about. There's no such thing as a dream that cannot be reached. My mentor, Midge, she always used to say, your every hope, your every wish, your every dream is meant to become your reality. And the spider is saying, whatever you've been dreaming of, it will come true. It just doesn't happen in the time that you want it to happen. I've always had a dream of traveling and maybe like, I don't know if I'd want to travel in a van or like an RV or something, but I always had a vision of doing readings on the road, seeing sunset, seeing sunrises, maybe traveling with an airplane, like going to different beaches and stuff. Excuse me. Maybe that's going to happen. But I've always just wanted to travel and see beautiful destinations, but doing my readings on the go and like doing my readings in all these cool different spots where you guys could be there with me. And just finally like living my life. I know I've been living my life, but through my grief and through teaching, I felt like I restricted myself. I kept myself in a bubble. And now the second half of my life, I want to be moving. I want to be grooving. I want to be having fun. I want to be dancing. I want to be creating. I just know that I am meant to be moving. I'm always driving in my Jeep. I'm not good with sitting still. All right, final card. I just heard final card. So I just heard write down what your dreams are. Yep, that's way too many. Write down what your dreams are. Manifest it. Universe, I am so grateful now that you have brought me the opportunity to be on the go, to do my readings on the go, to watch beautiful sunsets with an amazing partner, to eat wonderful food, to help in any way that I can with anyone who might be suffering. All right, we have 9 of Cups. Is that right? 2, 4, 6. Oh no, is that 8? 8 of Cups. Okay. 8 of Cups, my bad. I was going to say the 9 of Cups is usually very abundant and fun. And this kind of looks like somebody walking towards their desire. So I'm going to read this one because I don't know. In other decks, it's more like I'm trying to think. Like 9 of Cups is all of your wishes coming true. 10 of Cups is the ultimate wish fulfillment. And 8 of Cups is kind of like you're almost there. It's like you're almost getting to your desires. You're so close. And it's funny that we got this card because I posted on my Instagram this morning a video about 3 signs your manifestation is close. And a lot of times it is, you feel like you're seeing it happen to other people around you, or maybe you're seeing it on social media, your desire, or you're feeling excitement for no reason. You're like dancing in your house and you're like, oh my gosh, you're in the energy of the wish fulfilled. So a lot of times when we're manifesting, an energy comes through us as if we just won $1 million and we're like, why do I feel so good right now? It's because in a couple of days you're about to get news or about to get new money and opportunity, but your body is intuitive and your soul is telling you through your body, hey, get excited, something's coming. And sometimes people misconstrue that as anxiety, but it's really just excitement. So you have to have a strong mind, and you got to really know your body and the chemicals and stuff that you're putting in it to be able to decipher, when something is coming and when it's anxiety and when it's a good thing. Okay, so Rider-Waite Tarot. This is what I do. If you're ever pulling cards, I taught a whole little video about how to read cards and tarot cards, and I used Google a lot in that video to tell you, like, this is what I did when I first started out. If I didn't know the meaning of a card, or if I felt guided to pull or to go look up a card because my guides want me to, then that's what I would do. Okay, Cups, where are you, Cups? Here you are. 8 of Cups. It says, look deep within to understand what motivates on occasional tendency to be pessimistic or depressed. Interesting. It says the 8 of Cups in the suit is often used to signify a disappointment, emotional setback, betrayal, or injury to the heart. Some tarot decks illustrate this principle, showing a young woman who has just been molested and then cast aside by a stranger passing through her village. Yikes. His heartless act has left her vulnerable with potentially drastic consequences. This is a difficult card, but a realistic one, as it warns against misplaced trust and unguarded vulnerability. Interesting. So, which is kind of unique that I just mentioned this too, because in my Instagram video, when I talked about the 3 signs, the very first sign was that there's a heartbreak, there's an injury, there's a loss of money, a loss of a job, there's disappointment. And that happens right before your 9 of Cups, where every wish comes true, because the universe is taking something away from you or having you learn a quick lesson right before something amazing is about to happen. Okay. So if you're going through a heartbreak, or you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm walking away from these cups because they're never going to happen, it's my fulfillment over here and I'm turning my back on it, I'm giving up on the journey. Do not give up. You're so close. That was a perfect final card for this reading, because that's exactly what I posted on my Instagram. So I know for me, for the last month, I've been in this energy. I've been feeling like money is tight. I don't know who I am. I feel like I've lost everything. I'm missing my dad. I'm missing my daughter. I just feel like there's more death coming. I just had this like low vibration for the last month. And it's been really like, I just want to know who my partner is. I want to start like exploring and traveling. So I know that this is right before the manifestation arrives. So if you're in this energy, sit tight, hold the line. Your dreams are going to be coming real soon. You have Web, this wonderful, you have Web. Yeah, is that right? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't think right now. What do I always say for the spider? A web of abundance. Sorry, total brain fart there. You have worked so hard to build this abundance for yourself. And it's not only like the abundance that you might not be seeing yet, but it's coming. That's what's going to be coming, is the abundance follows because you've been doing the work. And sometimes it takes you making a hard decision, being like, I know for me, like I've dated certain people and they're like 90%ers. They're not the full 100% fuck yes type of relationship that I want. People that are not willing to do the work, people that want to stay in their addictions, people that don't want to look at themselves. That's a no. We move on because we are people that look at ourselves. We are people that take leaps. We are people that fast. We are people that do things to better ourselves, to serve better. And we're going to move away from other people who are bots and not doing the work. And when you do that, that's when this happens, because you're taking that leap of faith and you're chasing your dreams. and you're believing in yourself. All right, lovies. Thank you so much for being here. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.